it's April. We are going to be working on a box today that I have designed. What you're going to do, this is my ugly mock-up, but I have my pretty one here, and we're going to work on that. When you open it, the inner box is going to raise, and then when you close it, it will lower. So that's what we're going to be working on, and today we're going to be making a pretty one. Now, you can use 3/8 inch ribbon, but today I'm using a 5/8 inch ribbon. And this is in the color nude, and I got this, it's the Ribbon Boutique. I got that from Hobby Lobby. I may do some packaging using some sequins to throw in with my tissue paper and my coasters to put into this box. And I may use some of Irma that I got. You can get this kind of stuff from its Paper Studio from Hobby Lobby. And it was just to save me a little bit of time for print and cut. There are several options. I may use some bitty diamonds. I don't know. You can get those from Close to My Heart. But you will need a couple of card magnets. I get these on Amazon, and I will leave a link down below for those. Now, in the file, you've got several pieces. In the file, this piece is your inner box, and it is bright pink in the file, and so are the rolled flowers that are in there. Those are the pink, bright pink color in the file. Then you have a lighter pink. These are your inside box pieces that's going to line that box inside. There's a light blue piece in the file with 2 scores on the center of it, and it's also scored. This is cut from acetate. This is going to be our inner lid for that box. Everything that is white in that file should be cut. I am cutting mine. It may work if you cut it from cardstock, but it's going to work best if you cut it from craft board. This is the Cricut craft board. You can cut this on your Explore machines and your makers as well. But everything in the file that is white in color will be a piece like this, very similar to the pink piece, just larger. This piece, and you want to be careful taking that piece off of your mat. You'll have 2 of these, and it's got some guide circles drawn on it. You can change those to score if you want to. I just put it as a pin so it'd be easy for me to see there. And then you'll have 2 pieces like this, and those are going to be your base box. In the file, you will find this for you. You can change it out for whatever sentiment you want. It is flattened to a white piece of paper. And then there is one that is in darker gray. It's a dark gray, and it is mirrored so that we can put these on the box, and it will be one on top of the acetate, one under the acetate, like so. And that is going to hide our magnets that we're going to be using. And we're going to put a little loop of ribbon to help lift out the lid as well. Then in the file, you'll see a medium pink or a purpley pink, 2 pieces that look like this. These are for the inside of your lid pieces here. These are going to go to the inside, okay? And that's what those are for. The green in the file is, of course, your leaves. I've got mine right there. And then you have a light gray in the file, and I cut these out of a marbled paper. These are just decorative pieces. So that is what is in the file, and we're going to get started here. I wanted to show you what paper I use. There it is. This is Sophisticated Neutrals. Die cuts with a view. I got this at Michael's. I don't know when I got it, but it may still be available. You can probably find it at Joann's or even on maybe Hobby Lobby or Amazon. But it's got some pretty papers in it. I used the marbled piece. I used this piece for the inner box. I used this piece also to go in there. And you'll see that when we go and put everything together. But very pretty paper to be using for this. And then I did a coordinating color of, I think this was Cricut. I'm not going to swear to it. I'm not sure. And I made me some coasters to go with it with the pink lemonade, and mine didn't turn out, but they came out perfect for this project. I didn't heat them long enough, I guess. But we're going to be using that, and it coming out lighter worked for this project for me. So let's get started. We're going to take this base piece, and you're going to fold on all of your score lines, and I am folding into my score lines on this craft board, and that will help minimize any cracking that could occur. It's craft board, and sometimes it will crack. So, but if you fold into your scores, that will help prevent a lot of that. So it looks pretty good. And I am just going to glue this tab here. You want to make sure that you keep this nice and square. And I am using Barely glue. Again, you guys know that I am in the process of moving, so I ran out of my art glitter glue. I have a large bottle, but I accidentally packed it, and I haven't been able to go over and find it. So I had this on hand. I'm using it, but I myself still prefer art glitter. And you can get that at artglitterglue.com. It dries matte, it dries clear. There's no glitter in it. Make sure you glue all of your tabs to the inside. Get those edges really good. If it's pulling apart, you want to go back and hold it till it sticks. You don't want those popping apart. And I apologize that the video is going to be coming out late this evening instead of this morning like I had planned. I had some things that I had to take care of earlier today, and I wasn't able to get everything cut in time. So now we have our base box. I'm gonna get that all nice there. And we're going to set that to the side. And then we have this piece. Now you have two double scores there, and we're going to just kind of roll that over. I want to give it some time a little bit of a rolled edge. I don't want it to crack on me, and then I'm going to fold it back the other way. And that's going to glue in right here, but we're not going to glue them yet. I'll work on both of them. And I want my dots to the top. And again, I'm rolling that, just kind of rolling it, not pressing it hard, and then going back the other way. So I'm trying really hard not to crack my craft board. If it does, it'll be okay. It's still going to be pretty. All right, and so that is going to glue in there, but we're going to give that a second. Let's set that to the side, and we're going to work on this piece. You can fold that score there, here, here, and then right here. Okay, so that's going to fold just like that. And we're going to do the same thing with the other. And let's see. Fold on there. fold it into your score line. I did not do it on that, and I got lucky. I don't think I cracked it, but make sure you fold into the scores on your craft board. And then this piece can come back and back. So those are gonna look like that. And then we're gonna take this piece and we're gonna fold up on that score and this one. We're gonna bring these tabs in. All right, and we have gonna fold those back out. We have a score right here. Fold here. And then we are going to fold on this score here and this score right here. Okay, so that piece should be looking just like that. This box is very easy, very simple. It just looks complicated. So we're going to set that piece to the side. We're going to go ahead and glue this tab with it folded this way. I've got my dot on this side. I'm just gonna place it right on this lip right here, and I'm just bringing that down to the score, to that first score. You're gonna have a little bit of the score sticking out, and that's fine, okay? It's gonna be your door piece right here. Give that a good rub, all right? And then we're gonna bring this one over and do the same. I've got my dot up. And we're going to place that inside the box. And we're gonna flatten it down and just give it a rub till that glue grips. Okay, and then that's going to close. I want to make sure that those stay sealed up. Okay, and then we're going to come over and grab this piece, and we're going to fold. Now I've got my texture side. This time I'm folding away from my score. My scores are on the top. I'm folding away because I want my texture up to be the outside of the box. I'm just going to fold all the way around on all of those tabs and on their base scores. And now we're going to come in on these tabs, and we're going to bring that in and keep that good and even. It's very important that your edges be nice and even and flush when you're doing boxes, especially one like this. You don't want anything to get in the way. And I'm just holding on to that while it dries. It grabs. Art glitter, for me, grabs a little bit quicker than this does. And I'll come back to that one and press it again. Bringing all four sides together. gonna let that sit and make sure those corners, I am bouncing back and forth because of the barely glue. I just wanna make sure that those get good and dry before I start doing other things and pulling apart my paper. So we're gonna move that over to the side and we're gonna come back to this piece. Now you'll need these, and this piece is going to glue right here. And you need that tab to face the outside. You can close this down if you want, but I use it to help guide me. And you're going to line that up in there. Those holes will align, and that's gonna help you keep this box good and straight, okay? So we're gonna start, and we're gonna put glue around these holes. And we're gonna bring it in and line up the tab with those holes. And then you can just pull that in and help you align it. Get it nice and tucked in there. Okay. Don't want it to shift on us. And then we're gonna come over to the other side and we're gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna put some glue on this tab here. And with it facing the end of the box, we're gonna line that tab up. Just make sure your holes are lining up. It should be good. I'm just gonna give that a good rub. Just gonna press this down really good over here. Make sure it's all lining up well. Okay. And then we're going to just kind of fold this back a little bit so you can get to these two tabs. And we're going to bring them into the side of this. That's going to create your inner box where it holds it. Make sure you get this corner good and square. I'm going to come over to this side and fold that one in. We're really almost done except decorating. All right, so now we have that one glued and we're gonna come over and do the same thing on this side. Just gonna give that a rub, make sure it's good and rubbed down here. And we're just gonna glue this tab and this tab. Nice square corners. Make sure your box isn't pulled apart. Your corners are nice and straight. And then we're gonna go back and now we're gonna work on this piece again. Just gonna fold those tabs back a little bit. And we're going to place glue on all of those. If you rather use score tape or something like that, you can. But for this kind of a box, I'm gonna suggest a liquid glue. Use what you like. And we're just going to fold those in. Now on my mock-up, I did this out of the same craft board as I did the outer box, so you can do that. It will fit. And I'm just going to keep walking this around until my glue dries or grabs. Just going to keep it flat while I rub it so that I don't stretch it and get it out of square. You can use your bone folder here too. I'm just using my fingers. I just got back in here where I could shoot some video into this room, and I have not gotten it reorganized yet, so I don't know where my bone folder is. So then this box should fit inside that box with extra room to spare, okay? That's what you want. So we're going to place that to the side, and now we're going to get our ribbon. And I cut these at about 22 inches, and it's probably more than enough, but you'll need 2 pieces. And I, again, use 5/8 inch, and you're going to go down into the hole from the top, and you're just gonna grab it here at the bottom, and then go back into the bottom hole here. And that's why we haven't glued the sides of this yet. It just makes it easier to put your ribbons in now. You can still do it later if you want, but it helps to go ahead and do it now. Just get them just even like. And then we're gonna repeat it on this side. Go down in this hole, grab it from the inside, put it up through the inside, and put it back through the top. And we're gonna pull that through. Okay, so you should have something looking like this. Now, let's go ahead and on the bottom of your box, you'll see some scores. Now, if you want to change those to pen to help you, you can do that. Not gonna hurt anything. I'm just gonna mark mine with a pencil where they're at. There it is popping out. You can see it where I had it scored, because this isn't gonna show. So got those in there. And that's just to help you line up your ribbon. We're going to place some score tape or strong tape, glue dots, glue lines, whatever it is that you want to use. I'm going to grab my glue lines because that's what I want to use, and I'll be right back. I decided I would use my score tape. Just going to open that up. And I'm just going to bring this right here on the box. Trim that off. There you are. I knew I had my small ones. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side. It's not very straight, but it's okay. It'll be all right. Get yours on as straight as you can. I'm just going to check it. Yeah, that's going to be fine. I'm just going to pull those down, and I'm going to pull my release liner off of the box. I want to make sure I've got a good amount of ribbon on each side. Like I said, it's a lot longer than I needed, but I had rather it be too long than too short. I'm just going to stick that down. I'm not going to press hard, just tacking it down, and I will press it from the inside. Okay. My release liner split. There we go. And I'm just going to bring this in. We're just going to stick it down. I'm just going to flip the whole thing over. We're going to get that a nice little rub on the inside. All right, so now it's working. You just pull on those ribbons and it should pop up. Don't worry about it dropping back down, it will. If you have any sticky on there, you can do some embossing bag powder or cornstarch. Let me grab mine. And I just have a little bit of cornstarch, and I'm just gonna rub it around those ribbons. If yours isn't off and you don't have any sticky, then you'll be fine. But I just don't want it to be sticking and mess up the mechanism of the box when we're done. Nobody's ever gonna see it. It's going to hide. Okay, now we can glue. Just gonna kind of loop these just to get them out of my way for a sec. I don't want to tie them too tight and wrinkle them, but just so they don't fall through while I'm working. Super easy. And now we're going to come over to this and we're going to pull in these sides here. Okay? So you're just going to glue on that tab, pull it in. I'm going to fold this back this way. Nice square. And then we're going to do the same on this one, all the way around. That it's not letting go. Make sure it grabs well. How fun is this box going to be? Guys, you can do any kind of occasion for it. Now, I did test my ugly mock-up and to make sure that coasters, because they're heavy, but you can put anything you want in here, basically. I put the coasters in to see if it would handle that kind of weight in the box, and it did. I'm hoping that it does for this one, too. Again, I use cardstock here, 80-pound instead of craft board. So if it doesn't, then you'll know if you're going to be putting something heavy, you'll have to use craft board. But if it's not too heavy, you can get by with that. So now I am going to put, I'm not putting glue on this because I don't want to chance gluing it to the bottom of my box. So we're just going to put a line of tape on there. Oops, my magnets. And we're going to trim that off. Place one over here. And done with this one. I don't know. I might use it again. Okay. I'm just going to peel those release liners off. All right. And now we're going to place this inside this box. Now I came untied, but that's okay. Just going to fit it down in there, and then we're just going to give a press on each end to press down those tabs. And those are the inner tabs that were there. Now I'm going to place this piece into the bottom. We're going to go ahead, we can untie that. You just want to keep them at the top. You don't want to lose those. And I'm going to put some glue on that. We're going to place that right into the bottom of this box just to make it pretty inside. And these fold on your scores, fold them towards you so that you don't crack your pretty cardstock. And on that one. And now we're going to put glue on the back of this tab. And we're going to, oops, that's wrong. On the front of it. It's okay. It's gonna get stuck down anyway. So on the front of this tab, you want to put your glue, and then you're gonna bring this piece in and glue it right up to its score line. And on the front of this one, it's so hard to do that backwards. I always want to put it on the ugly side of the paper instead of the pretty side. I want to do it on my pretty side and bring that in nice and even. And then we're going to glue that to the inside of this box and press it all the way down. So I just want to make sure that I had a good dry fit. And we're going to put glue all the way around. All right. And we're just gonna tuck it in and slide it down. I don't want to put it on the pretty part of the paper. I am going to, the width is fine. I see a little bit of my pink color popping out on this seam. I will add a smidge onto that piece before you guys get the file so that yours meets color to color there. Okay. How super cute. All right. And I'm gonna do these and let them be drying. So I've got my quilling tool or your Cricut flower tool here, and we're going to, your paper crafting kit had this in there. We're just gonna roll this flower, and you can use hot glue, and I may still. I'm just gonna give it some time for wet glue to hold it. Just gonna keep rolling, and then we'll go back to the box. I don't normally skip around like this, but again, this glue doesn't dry as quickly as my art glitter for some reason. Just gonna let it go. I'm just gonna press that down. And hopefully it'll grab here in a second. There it goes. I'm gonna set it to the side to begin drying, and I'm gonna do the other one as well. Get it threaded in there. Let's see. There we go. I'm going to start twirling. And you may want to do something different on the top of yours. Once you see what we're doing here with these, then you can make your decision. Press that one down. Give that a second to grab. All right, so we've got our flowers done. Now comes the fun, tricky part. And if I pull on these, you can see that it comes up. It's a little slow going down in there, but there's nothing in it right now. So got all of that. Just gonna double check to make sure everything's sticking, and it is. Looks good. Now we're going to hold or fold your ribbons over and fold over your lid, okay? And you'll want to grab one of them and bring it back to you, just like this. I am going to place just a pencil mark right there. I'm going to do the same thing here. Just want to make sure I'm keeping them straight and even. As a matter of fact, I think I guess I can erase it. Just to give me a guide, and I'm going to use some more of my score tape, and I'm just going to stay in that channel. You don't have to go all the way across. Just going to press that down. And then I'm going to do the same thing here. Keeping it between those lines. Oops. And then we're going to repeat it on this side. So I'm just going to hold them back. And we're going to come over here and again add tape. You can use red line tape, whatever it is that you want to hold, whatever works best for the ribbon that you're using. All right. And my glue dots. And I did mine backwards. Oops. That's okay. I can still tell where they go. Just gonna grab a couple of magnets. And the glue dot. Okay. Actually, when I told you guys to put those dots to the outside, they were supposed to be to the inside, but you can see it will still help guide you. You're just going to pop a magnet right there, okay? And I'm going to do the same on the other side. I like to put two on a project like this. One's probably enough. I'm gonna pop one right back there. So now we have our magnets in there. just like that. And we are going to, you don't want to put your adhesive on this side, not yet. We're going to close that lid. We're going to peel this tape liner right here. And with this held taut, you're going to bring that around and stick it down. And then we're just going to trim the end of it off. Okay. And then the same thing on this side. Just going to pull it taut while I'm holding that down. I'm going to wrap that around. And then we're just going to trim that off. The ribbon wants to unravel. There we go. All right, and we're going to flip it around. We're going to do the same thing over here. Just going to pull these taut. You don't want them tight, you just want them taut, okay? We're going to peel. Oh, I lost my, there they are. Peel this tape. Peel this tape. We're just going to fold it back. Fold that back. Trim it off. All right. I hope that's not going to show. Well, it's not going to show because I've got to put my pieces on. All right, so now let's do our lid. The first thing I want to do is to drop my magnets onto this board and then put my glue dots on top. No, that's wrong. I want to drop them on the magnet. So drop them to the inside. And you can see that our box is working. It's raising this up. When we open it, that's what you want. And we're going to take this lid. I am using... Okay, so I've cut another one. And hopefully I can hit my score line this time. It's only... got the coating on one side of this and it's stayed on my mat, but I can see my score lines pretty well. So on this one it's a little easier to see, and we're not gonna miss them this time. There we go. I say we're not. I'm gonna try my best not to. And you really do need the scoring wheels for acetate, but if you don't, then you can get it, or you can use a vellum or another cardstock, any of that. And I think I'm going to go with my thinner tape on this one, just because I don't want it to show so badly. And with it being patterned, it will help as well. I'm going to go and get my 1/8 inch for this one. I'm just going to run a small piece on each tab. I'm just going to peel that off and create that lid. Keep those corners square. Much better. All right, and so we're going to open that up, make sure that fits into the box, and it does right on there. And now we're going to put a glue dot on the, remember we dropped these magnets onto there, so we know that they're the polar that they need to be, and I'm going to give it a glue dot. There it is. We're going to give this one a glue dot. And then we're just going to close the box and let them stick where they are. They're fine. And I'm just going to pull that back out. Okay. I'm going to flip it over and give it a little press, like so. And this one is going to go here, and this one is going to go on the inside. But before I do, you need to do the one on the top first. I am going to use, I believe, glue dots on that as well. This is the old, one of the older rolls. They started marking them now, so you can see where the dots are at. So I'm just gonna put a dot there. And one here. And then I am just gonna get a small piece of ribbon. I'm just going to fold it in half, square it off, and I'm going to use the fat score tape on this again, my 1/2 inch. Just tear a piece off and let it hang off the end. Peel that back, place that one on. And then we're just going to stick it down right there on top of those. Even with the glue dots, it'll be fine. And put that for you on there and flip it over and give everything a good press. Then we're going to take this piece, and it's going to line up right here to hide all of that. And I am going to use a piece of score tape on that as well. Don't want that coming off. Don't want any sticky to the other side though. Just gonna peel that. Backing off. Anywhere that it's hanging off, just push it to the inside. Doesn't want to lift for me. There we go. We're just gonna go in here and lay that right inside. Super cute. And now there's a way to lift that lid out of there. Now we have to finish on these. Now you can staple if you want. I prefer not to staple. If you're going to staple, you need to close it and give that a staple on each side. Like so. Just go in with it closed and give it a staple. But it could pop through on your decorative elements and show that staple. So I'm going to use score tape on mine because you can still get in here, okay? You can see that you've got that gap. We don't do that beforehand because we want to make sure that everything is going to line up and work. And you don't need much, just a small piece. And we're just going to lift that ribbon up. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to stick it to the back of the ribbon. You could do that beforehand if you want, stick it to the back, but you don't know exactly where you're going to end up sometimes. So I'm just going to lift that up. See if I can get it to turn loose of my other hand so I can line it up good. There we go. And that's the same on the other side, and then we'll peel those strips. Don't want it hanging off the side here. It really doesn't matter because you're going to cover it, but if you go too far down, it will matter. All right. How stinking cute is this? I'm just going to peel those liners, okay? Not sticking anything yet. I'm just peeling them. And then I'm just going to press one side down and let it stick. And we're going to smooth it out. And then we're just going to peel the other side and do the same. Stapling is easier, but don't want to press it yet. Okay. Just gonna, and then give it a good press. All right. How cool is that? All right, now our decorative pieces. Just gonna go ahead and pull this out and check it. And it may pull it in like that really quick. There's nothing in there yet, but we don't have these secured down all the way yet, okay? Because I did with this one. This side is all secured. And you can see that it does, that one falls down, but it's different design on that side than this side. And it stays up. So it will support the weight of the coasters. You just have to finish it out. So we're going to close that really quick. And now we're going to go and put on the decorative pieces. And these, and I want that glue to move. It won't. And when I want it to stick, it doesn't. And you could put these on that outer box before you put it together if you want. There's just so much handling on it. I like to do them last for this. And again, this is a monthly supporter file. If you're a monthly supporter on Ko-fi or on Patreon, you have access to this file. And if you are not a supporter, please consider going over to patreon.com. You'll see a link there in the upper corner shortly before the video ends. And there's also a link below where you can just message me and I'll help you out with it. So we've got all the marble pieces on that side, and now we've got these to go on the top. I'm going to go ahead and do these. And you can put some foam tape on these if you want to put them up. There's really no good way to hide that ribbon. It's going to show at some point anyway. And it's okay that that's a little squiggly. It's not going to hurt anything. It's going to get covered up. Okay. And then we'll do the other one. And I don't have my acetate in here because I don't want any glues or adhesives accidentally hitting it and messing it up. So we'll put it back in, and then our clothes will work a little bit better. Then you have these two pieces, and they're going to go on this side, and it's going to cover your magnet, okay? And see, I would have had glue on my acetate at that point. So you're going to bring that in. And it is not supposed to come down to that side, guys. Just get it on there. Even. Just like that. And we're going to do this one. What the? Don't bend your cardstock like I just did. Now this is going to take a little longer to dry because it's going on that ribbon. So you may have to come back and press down and get those. Keep pressing it until that soaks in, so to speak. Keep giving it a press. I'm going to place this inside. Cute. And now we need to put our flowers on. And this is what I use to kind of help hide the little loop of ribbon that we have there. So I'm just going to glue this. I think I want to do my leaves first. Let's see if I want them to. I have to stand up so I can see. Let's see. I think I'm going to place that. And we want to make sure we're only going onto one side. You don't want to glue the two together. Oops. Just doesn't like to grab for me, whatever reason. Or maybe it's just that I'm used to the art glitter and it grabbing faster. I don't know. Right, and then we're gonna place this one right there. And then we're going to place this one on this side. I'm going to bring them together. There we go. And you can cut more leaves if you want more leaves. Don't like that one. Let's see about. I'm going to place that one right there. A little glue to hold it on both sides. Okay. And then I want this one completely on the bottom. To place it only on this door. It can hang over slightly, but it will interfere with its opening. So you don't want to, just want to be mindful of that. I did not get any glue anywhere else. Stick, 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 stick. Just gonna go press all those through. And now we're ready to pack it. So I've got a little coordinating tissue paper here. Kind of leave it folded, I believe. Looks cute. I have to fold it again. Narrow it down just a tiny bit. And then we place that in. How stinking cute. Maybe throw in a few sequins. These are from Nuvo and they're just like various sizes. It's called Spring Rose. Just for some fun. And that's a little long, so I'm just going to take my scissors and cut that off. And then you could always put a sticker or washi tape. I'm gonna leave it as it is. I forgot my lid. Hopefully I can still get it in there past my tissue paper. I made that tight, didn't I? Maybe I may have to refold my tissue paper again. It's a little tight on one side. There we go. Yay! I did it. How stinking cute is that? You know, you could add more. You could do some Nuvo drops, drop some sequins on here. But I think that that is super cool. I think my magnet, yeah. And if your magnet's not sticking, you can always add another one on there. But super fun box. I think they're gonna love this. You pull it all the way back, it will stay. I have 4 ceramic coasters in this box, and you've got that much height raising up on it. Super fun. I hope you guys enjoy this. Please give a thumbs up, a like, a share, and please don't share your file. Share the video, and ask your friends to join us on Patreon. I'm gonna add a little bit of itty bitties blings, and I think that's all I'm gonna do to this one. I think that'll be complete. Just gonna scatter those out over the box. You can get these itty bitties at Close to My Heart. Judy, oops, I lost one. Judy Barons LaRue, one of our admins, is a Close to My Heart demonstrator if you don't have one. I like to do these in odd numbers. I'll do 5 and 3. How about that? How stinking cute. I can't wait to see which papers you guys use. Please, please, please take your photos and post them in the group. You need to glue your sides down here. So you can open it up, close it. Right down here. You want to go through here and glue this edge so it doesn't gap like that. I almost forgot it. And I was like, oops, I forgot to tell them. So we're going to go and drip some glue down in there and pull those sides in, okay? You want those sides to be pulled in. How fun is this box? I'm loving it. I cannot wait. I am just so excited. I cannot wait to see what you guys do. Just gonna get that top edge. You just want to make sure that it's nice and snug so you have a pretty box. It doesn't take much. Just got to get it to grab. So I'm just going to keep working with this until my sides are stuck just like this all the way down and I don't have any gaps, okay? And you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks for joining me.